You, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this Money Making Monday, January 20th. Here with the Pick Dogs Morning Show. Of course, we got the franchise player, Chris Ruffalo, with me. It's early Monday for Costi Durant. Talk about it here in a hot second. Man, a lot happened over the weekend. It was a crazy weekend, a crazy storm. We had a huge college hoops on Saturday. NFL kicked off on Saturday. Some upsets, great games all weekend long. Then yesterday, I thought it was another really great day of just watching football. Both games were amazing. Shout out to the NFL, man. Talk about it. Roof, what's happening? How you doing today, Brody?
Oh, boy. It's early Monday. It's early MLK day for me. Yesterday was rough. I went left. The board went right. I think that was just the long and short of it. I thought it was going to be a favorite day. It was a dog day in college hoops yesterday. I think there were 15 games, I think, and 8 or 9 of them were decided by 3 points or less. So it was a crazy day there. And obviously, Mark Andrews dipping his hands in Vaseline on the sidelines didn't help either, but that's okay. That's just how the cookie crumbles, but we'll come back at it today. I'm headed to Vegas tonight. I'm excited, so hopefully I see some people there.
What?
But,
You're going now and in March?
Yeah.
You might as well just live there. What's the point of going back and forth?
Well, trust me, I'm trying. When I don't have anything holding me back here, I'll probably move there. But yeah, just needed to
Roof as a Vegas resident. That'd be awesome,
dude.
Where do you live? I live at the Vidara.
No, I'm not moving into Vidara. I'll get a place because I can't host you guys at Vidara. It's like a 1-bedroom unless we're all spooning in the Okay, little spoon. Called it right now. Yeah, it's cold as shit here. That's why I want to get away for a week.
It's cold as shit here, too.
It's cold as shit here, too. Everywhere. When I went to sleep, I was cold. When I woke up, I was cold. Can't shake it.
Yeah, it's 25 degrees here. Says it
25 degrees in Dallas?
In Dallas.
A balmy 25.
Yeah.
That's cold. For you guys, that's because you're not acclimated to the cold.
Man, it's terrible.
I mean, that's nobody's outside today.
Nobody. So, yeah, freezing out here today. Costi, Shannon, brother, how you doing today, man?
Still not going to sugarcoat it. I feel like ass. I've drank 2 cups of coffee. It's not working. I feel like I'm mourning a loss again. Only team that beats the Ravens is the Ravens every single time. Turnovers in the first half by Lamar. He fought hard in the second half, but then Andrews was the second half turnover machine. You didn't punt the ball, and you still had a chance to tie the game. It just shows on paper, if you're looking at yardages, they outplayed them. But realistically, Joe Brady called a fantastic game plan. He didn't put his team in a position to turn the ball over. They ran the ball. They ran Josh Allen in the goal line, and he got in. And again, no turnovers. And it sucks. I feel really, really bad for Mark Andrews. He's been such a reliable, talented player for his entire career here. For him to have that fumble, which was, we're down 4, we're driving. You could name 100 different things. You could say the 2-point conversions. Why do you go for it early? I don't mind it. It was a tip ball by Milano. The guy was open, and same thing on the last 2-point conversion. Why didn't you run it? Well, he was open. What do you mean? We didn't punt the ball. Why wasn't Derrick Henry in the game in the fourth quarter? Who cares? We didn't punt the ball. Whatever the offensive coordinator and the personnel's out there, it's working. It's just you're down 11 at half. Can't blame the refs. There's no blame here. It just sucks. We just weren't ready for 4 degrees game temperature like the Bills were.
Man, money making Monday. I went 3-1 in the divisional round.
You almost hit the Rams one. I was rooting for you too.
That was my only loss. And
Money
if
line,
I would have went ATS, if I would have went ATS, I would have had it. But I went outright money line. Damn, I wanted that one bad, man. Stafford. So I'll talk about the Rams quickly. They had a chance. They had a chance, man. After Saquon scored the touchdown, many people thought that game was over. When he broke, I mean, I kind of had a little feeling in my stomach too. Like, hell, my God, he broke. And that was his moment right there in the snow. Like, you don't hear about that one for a while. But the Rams, they were resilient, man. They came back. That false start was really what killed them. That fall fucking start is what killed those Rams. And what was it, 3rd and 2? And then he takes the sack. That
kills you.
That made it, what, 4th and 11? Man.
Yeah, you can't say they didn't have their chances. They
definitely had their chances. They had them. They had their chances.
And
shout out Philadelphia.
I know that we were talking in like the group chat last night about that Ravens game and how they had their chances, and I'm not going to fault Lamar for that. I was joking with Costa about Lamar, but
I ain't even got there yet. I ain't even got there. I'm still on the first game.
Chris, I know you're excited.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I literally zoned out for a second, and I thought that's the game we were talking about. That's my bad.
Nah. I'm still in the first game. I'm still on Eagles.
Okay.
I'm still on Eagles Rams.
I'll take my back seat then. Sorry. I spoke out of turn.
Shout out the Eagles. They held on. They did what they were supposed to do, and now they're in a revenge spot against their division rival, at home with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line. Man, Jalen Hurts. The Rams, I thought the game was exactly how I thought it was going to play out.
Jalen Hurts is ass.
The game played exactly the way I wanted it to play out. The Rams just came up short in the end. So shout out Philadelphia. They were the better team in the game, and they punched their ticket to the NFC Championship. Now one of my division rivals.
Is that Saquon Barkley's team now?
Okay.
It's never the running back.
I'm just saying I think it's a fair argument to make.
I agree, but it's never the running backs team.
No, I know it's not, but I'm just saying he's doing this season. Obviously, he's done way more.
That's
than
like
Jalen
saying like it's never a wide receiver. It's always the quarterback's team.
No, I get. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Sirianni is the worst play caller ever. There was times where they could run the ball and they throw it. It's the snow. You run the ball and he gets sacked. Like, what are you doing?
If we put the narrative aside, I think it's Barkley's team.
Yes.
So that was how I was feeling on Eagles, Rams. Rams had their chances. And that's Matthew Stafford took a really bad sack, and that false start didn't do him no justice. So that's ultimately how I summed up that game. Eagles held on. Now, for the moment everybody been waiting for, man. I've been telling y'all for a while, so don't get mad at me for these words that are finna come out my mouth. Do not get mad at me for these words that are finna come out my mouth. We knew what time it was yesterday. We knew what fucking time it was. Let's not get them making excuses today. We are not making excuses on Monday. We knew what time it was. This was a legacy game for both of them. And whoever came out the victor, the other one was going to get bashed on Monday. And Lamar Jackson, I love you. You got outplayed yesterday. Short, sweet, simple. 2 turnovers in the first half is unacceptable in the playoffs, my man. This is now how many playoff games with multiple turnovers? You cannot expect to win football games like that in the playoffs on the road.
What did he say in the press conference? You got to hold on to the ball.
I like how he came out and he took ownership.
No, he said you got to hold on to the fucking ball is what he actually said.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. But, this is playoff football, man. This is not the NBA where you have 7 games and the winner and the best team always wins in the NBA. I truly believe that over a 7-game series, the best team truly always wins. You can afford to make a couple mistakes, turn around, make adjustments, and be ready to play. In football, that is not the case, man. One mistake can end your season. That pick was terrible. Terrible. The fumble, hot snap, he got to trying to do too much. Lamar Jackson at the end of the day had 2 turnovers. Josh Allen had 0. Josh Allen came out with a dub. Mark Andrews did drop the football. That would have changed the game. I'm that, that's here nor there. I saw Mark Andrews make 2 bad plays yesterday.
3.
Fumble, the drop.
Before the Lamar fumble, he dropped the first down.
So, yeah, okay, you're right. But Lamar also made 2 bad plays. The NFL is a team sport. So, it is what it is, man. Lamar, the narrative, man, you are now James Harden. You are now James Harden. I'm sorry that is the case, Lamar Jackson, but you are now James Harden. We look at you in your regular seasons and we say, oh my goodness, you are putting up numbers and doing things that we have never seen before. But just how in the NBA we started to look at Harden through a different lens, it may be time to do that with Lamar. Remember, the James Harden narrative is not that crazy. James Harden is the person who lost to the Warriors, the 73-9 Warriors. You know what I mean? Like, he was going crazy, averaging 40. James Harden was averaging 40 and lost to the Warriors, and everybody bashes him for it. So I'm just keeping the narrative consistent. Lamar Jackson, I told you all season long, if you go and win this Super Bowl, I will give you all the credit in the world. You didn't do it, man. So you earned the criticism that you are about to get. So we'll see if you can do it next season. We definitely know you're one of the best talents in the world. This is really just coming from a place of disappointment is really where this is coming from, and I just have to keep it fair. So shout out to the Bills. Shout out Josh Allen. Clean football game. And now you got to go to now you got to go to Arrowhead, man. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it.
So I'll say this, and I think that in the grand scheme of things, obviously it boils down to Mark Andrews and Lamar Jackson, the 2 people that are going to obviously shoulder the most quote unquote blame or fault, because Lamar had issues throughout the game, but cumulatively you can make the same argument that it was Mark Andrews just based on those 2 to 3 plays that they probably had equal amount of fault in it. Now, for me, I'm going into next season as just saying, okay, Lamar, if you can do it, great, but you got to show me something. And it's one of those things where I may just have to take my lumps fading Lamar Jackson in the playoffs next year until he shows me something. Not to say that he can't, but he's not going to see any of my money in a spot like this until he gets over that hump and sort of shakes that off. Well, do I think that this loss is going to make him a better quarterback, a better playoff quarterback, a better professional down the road? Probably. Because what Aerosmith always say, you got to lose before you know how to win, right? But we've also seen guys that have sort of always been the bridesmaid and never the bride. So again, I'm taking I need to see it before I believe it approach with Lamar Jackson.
Todd Monken, some blame on you too, bro. You got Derek fucking Henry, bro. You got Derek fucking Henry. Run the football.
Why is it Todd Monken's fault?
Two 2-point conversions. You have the most dominant running back of the century.
It's a lot harder to run on the 2-yard line when it's compressed.
It sounds good. It sounds good.
Were open. The guys were open. You can't, but when you don't punt the ball, you can't look at the coordinator's way at all.
You can't. You can. Games come
How?
down. Same way I came in here and bashed my head coach.
They didn't punt the ball.
No. My head coach, we were down. We went right down to the 1 fucking yard line. The next day when we didn't score, what did I do? I came in here and I bashed his ass. I said, man, that was the most terrible fucking play calling I've ever seen. And this is my argument about the Kansas City Chiefs. Some teams are great situationally. Kansas City. Some teams, they're not. And you know what I mean? You gotta attribute some blame to the coaches. John Harbaugh, you've now been there, 13 seasons? Come on, my man. Some blame needs to be assigned to you, my man.
He makes the playoffs. I
don't want to hear the excuses. I don't want to hear them.
It's not excuses. He's won a Super Bowl.
Lamar Jackson is now 3-5 in the postseason. You know who's the poster boy for being terrible in the postseason? My guy, who's 2-5. I mean, let's compare apples to oranges. So I'm just saying, man, let's keep the narrative consistent.
No, he's got 3 wins.
I know. Dak's 2-5. Lamar's 3-5.
3-5. Oh, okay.
So, and his wins are old man Russell Wilson, young CJ Stroud, and Ryan Tannehill. Those are Lamar's 3 wins. Let's just keep the narrative.
I get it. And look, we knew this was going to be the legacy game. We talked about this before all week. Josh Allen, his wins in the postseason were against bum quarterbacks. Now he's got a big win under. So,
and don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna keep it consistent next week too. If Josh Allen take his ass up in there and Arrowhead, get bashed and get beat, and go 0-4 against Mahomes in the postseason, he gonna get it too. So,
I'm still as a biased fan. I can't blame anybody. I can't give everybody all the blame. At the end of the day, Lamar made mistakes, but he made up for it. The offensive coordinator made mistakes when they were early in the game, when they were 1st and goal and they got stuffed and then they got away from the run and they had to kick a field goal. Can't blame him because then he comes back and he calls a game where they didn't punt the ball 1 time. The offensive coordinator doesn't know and can't control interceptions or drop passes. So for him to call that game and not have Henry play the 4th quarter, that's how the game script was.
You could also take the same approach. We're playing in the snow with a slippery football.
They weren't long throws.
Who cares? Let's maybe not throw the football with one of the slipperiest conditions we played in all season. Maybe let's
but it was
the football off to the most dominant running back of the century. Oh, maybe that's not a crazy
thought. The ball was caught. Andrews decided to do too much when all the Bills received. That's also coaching as a whole. Go down. It happens. It's a bad mistake. It happens. They're not used to playing it. He's throwing the ball 2 yards to Andrews. It hits him in his hands. It's slippery, but they're still catching the ball. Likely caught a 25-year-old bullet. Bateman caught. I mean, you still catch the ball, but it's unfortunate, man. I mean,
I get it.
Justice Hill had a really good game as well.
He was balling.
So I don't take anything with. They didn't punt the ball. If I understand, if they went 3 and out and they weren't running Henry, then you go, why aren't you just running Henry and getting 3 yards a clip?
On the goal line, man. And one of them, I'm running read option, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. I'm dying with it.
They stopped that in the first half. They were really good at stuffing the run to the inside. And they had a play call where they had a mismatch. And Andrews was wide open. The first 2-point conversion was wide open. Milano just got a hand on it. I mean, you could say a million things. I mean, really, the only bad call of the game was that PI on Tre'Davious White when he was getting pushed away. And that was 3rd down. They ended up scoring a touchdown there rather than potentially just getting a field goal.
Coleman, yeah, that one was a little.
But that's it. Outside of that, it was pretty clean. And you're going to have that in the play. It's
Yeah. When I saw that one play live, I said that one could have went either way.
It hurt. All of them hurt. I mean, going behind, and who knows? We get the 2-point conversion. You give Josh Allen a minute 30.
He was going to go score. I just want everybody to know that. He was going to go score. I just want everybody to know that.
So
they were about to go kick that field goal ball game.
It's everything. So it's unfortunate. just sucks because we keep beating ourselves every year. This is now 3 years over the last 5 where we had the best offense in football, and a couple of those years we had the best defense in football, and we just shoot ourselves in the foot and lose in the playoffs and have to deal with the off season and all the naysayers for next year. Doesn't matter. We can go 16-0, 17-0. It doesn't matter. We get to the playoffs. It's the same talks. It doesn't matter if they're 500 and they get to the playoffs or they're undefeated. It's going to be the same exact thing. And until he proves it, until he has that clean game, like look at Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels look cool as a cucumber. Just chill, relaxed, doesn't make mistakes. Lamar, just the hype gets to him. It's like he needs to get a mental coach because the physical talents are there. He needs to be relaxed and poised and control. And I feel like he tries to do too much. And in the regular season, he can get away with it, but in the postseason, you can't.
Fair enough, fellas. Man, I'm pretty sure we'll talk about it more throughout the day, more throughout the week.
Sick.
You know what I mean?
Sick to my stomach.
For a while. So we've got plenty to talk about, but we do got some NBA action starting here in about 30 minutes. We have 30 minutes. It's the Dallas Mavericks, my favorite team, laying 4.5 points on the Charlotte Hornets. And we have the Houston Rockets laying 7.5 points on the Detroit Pistons. Chris Rublo, how you feeling?
Yeah, the only one I'm going to go with here is actually take the Pistons and the points against the Rockets. I know the Rockets are a team we backed a lot at home. Still one of the better home teams in the NBA, but I think we're at the point in the season where we can kind of just zoom in on this season's numbers and maybe not, stretch it as far back as last season. And this year, as a home favorite, the Rockets are only 9-8 against the number. I know they're playing fairly well, but so are the Pistons, and they have been extremely competitive. And they're 10-5-1 against the spread as a road dog this season. I'm not saying Houston doesn't win, but I could see them winning by 5 or 6, and I think this line was still hanging around 8 last I checked. So I'll take a shot here with the 7.5. I'll take a shot with the Pistons and the points. Dallas and Charlotte, I lean towards Dallas, but nothing strong for me now, and I like the Pistons a lot better.
Austin?
Yeah, that line is weird for the Dallas-Charlotte game. I'm going to take the over here. I think early in the day, MLK Day, they're going to be playing loose. You just don't get an early start like that. And usually when there's early start times, the games there's not a lot of defense being played. I don't like a side here. I'm going to lean over 224. And then in the Houston, I'm with Ruffalo in this one. This is the same way I approach this one, where Houston early in the season, the lines were at home. They weren't laying as many points. Now they're a little bit inflated. The Pistons have been good against the number, and this just smells backdoor cover for me. So I'm going to take the Pistons plus the points.
Y'all are insane. This is a Rocket spot all day long. Context matters in those home games and why they haven't been as dominant this year at home. They've had their front end loaded schedule. So you got to go through it. They played the Grizzlies at home, beat them. And recently they've been on the road. So it's like the last 6 games they've been on the road. So they ain't been home in a minute. But last time they were home, they had the Lakers, they had the Celtics, they had the Mavericks. That's a tough little stretch of basketball there at home. They lost to the Heat and they lost to the Timberwolves. So those are the two you kind of like, But outside of that, you take those two out, it's still the same old Rockets. Smash the Pelicans at home, beat the Warriors at home in that one game, that crazy game. So it's like they beat the Thunder at home. So it's like aired out the Pacers at home. They just went through a little tough stretch. And now coming back home, this is all I'm saying is out of all of them teams I just rattled off, outside of the Pelicans, it's the easiest matchup they've had. I'm not saying the Pistons not playing good basketball. I'm just telling you the line is 7.5 in this game for a reason. Pistons are now overrated and overvalued. And I think the Rockets show y'all today why we say they go stupid, dummy, crazy at home. It's going to be a woodshed. I'm landing with the Rockets. My Mavs make me a little nervous today. But last 2 seasons, road favorite. I trust them. Charlotte, they have played some of their best basketball recently, winning 3 of their last 4. Beat the Suns, the Jazz, and the Bulls. None of those teams do it for me, though. At home here, Mavs, better team. Injury report is kind of ugly. We don't have a lot of depth at the center position today with Lively and Powell out, so it's going to be basically just Gafford. Hopefully he don't get in foul trouble. What we're betting on here is Kyrie. Kyrie and the Mavs last 2 seasons on the road is what we're betting on here. And just the Hornets winning 3 of their last 4 to fall on their face like they usually do. So 10 in 2018. So I'm on the Mavs. I'm laying it. No real reason to overcomplicate. Keep it rolling. We head over to Memphis, where the Grizzlies are laying 6.5 on the T-Wolves, and the Knicks are laying 6.5 on the Atlanta Hawks. Costi?
I'm going to take I don't think Memphis is going to cover the spread. I think it's too high. I don't like them for the game, but take a look at them in the first quarter. This team, they're laying 2.5 in the first quarter. They get off to hot starts. It's just you have starters in there. So you're going to have a more dominant approach from Memphis out of the gate. They've hit their first quarter spread in 52 of their last 82 games. So it's just take a shot on them in the first quarter. It's a reduced juice line too. You can get it at FanDuel or DK for lane 104. So early, we got a 3 o'clock, get basketball all day, and you get a quick cash. So that's a cash by 3:30. By 3 p.m. you should be able to have the money in your account. That's NBA on MLK Day. And then in the other one, I'm going to take the over here. These teams have been scoring in bunches. New York at home at the Garden, Atlanta on the road. They give up a ton of points. I know it's 236 and it's not as appealing as some of the lower totals out there, but there's a reason why it's 236. So over in the Atlanta Knicks game.
Memphis goes stupid, dummy, crazy at home at the crib. I'm going to lay the points with them here in this one. Revenge game at home. Or not revenge game. They won the last one, but I trust them at home more so than I do on the road. Minnesota. I will say Minnesota's better on the road than they are at home too. So it's not one I'm rushing to the window to bet, but I'm definitely leaning towards the Grizzlies, the better team. Give me the Hawks outright money line and plus the points. Sorry. Great spot. It's a great spot. I'm talking about if this was any other 2 teams, I would be on the Knicks because this is a spot in the situation. Double revenge spot at home at the crib. That also happens to be a bounce back game. Oh my God, the spot's beautiful for the Knicks. But we know what's up in this game. He is game time decision, but he's probable. And we know what it is. 2 o'clock, midday. Trae Young in the Garden. Oh my God. He's gonna torch their ass again. We just know what it is. You just got to know that Trae Young in the Garden against them Knicks, it's that time. So, ice Trae. I'm on the Hawks now, and got to be. No need to overcomplicate it. Chris?
Yeah, I'm with you. Give me the Hawks plus the points. And on the money line, not only that, what you mentioned with Trae Young at the Garden being the ultimate villain there, but here's the thing. The letdown spot just doesn't seem to exist for the Hawks. I mean, they've had a few big wins this season, and they don't fall flat the following game. Last time that they
play bad against bad teams.
No, I know, but I'm saying that even though the last time that they had They had beat the Celtics outright earlier in November. They, went out and they beat Washington at home in the next game. Remember when they beat Cleveland earlier this year, handed Cleveland their first loss, and there was a revenge spot for Cleveland the following game on a quick turnaround? They went and they beat them outright again. So Atlanta, as much as we crapped on them, going back the last couple years about what this team has been against the spread, it feels like a different Atlanta Hawks team. And I think that the Hawks, especially with Josh Hart and Karl Anthony Towns questionable, I got to take the Hawks plus 6.5. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with the money line either. Plus 210 is a solid price. And I'm taking the Grizzlies as well.
You're a solid price.
Thank you. I'm thinking about offering discounts, but I'm glad I didn't now that you said that.
Chris, do you come with a coupon code?
I'm available on Groupon. Don't ask for what. I'm available on Groupon.
Don't ask for what. Do you want a crouton or a Groupon?
Wow. First of
this
all,
is the only laughter that I'm getting. So please just go with me today.
First of all,
laugh at my jokes.
I'm trying to. First of all, it can't be crouton because croutons would be involved in a salad, and for me, Second of all, it has to be Groupon. I'm just saying I'm not allowed to elaborate on what is included in said Groupon in public. So, but yeah, I like the Memphis Grizzlies here. The house of disappointment in this spot is the RV of disappointment because they're traveling it on the road. So give me the Memphis Grizzlies laying the points.
We got the Phoenix Suns on the road in Cleveland, and we got the Boston Celtics on the road in Golden State. I'm on Cleveland. I don't trust Phoenix from an ATS perspective whatsoever. They have been playing some better basketball, winning 4 of their last 5. It just sets up for more room to fade their ass. Just sets up more value on the other side. Cleveland, aren't they still the best ATS team in the NBA? Like, hold on, let me just double check. Yes, they are. 28-13 this season. They've covered in 68.3% of their games, basically a 70% clip. This is the best team ATS versus the worst team ATS. Not overcomplicating. I'm on Cleveland. One team has printed money this season. The other team has absolutely burned it. So Cleveland, hold on, let me just give it to y'all because I'm here. Cleveland, 68.3% this season, ATS. Phoenix, they're not the worst. They've surpassed Philadelphia, but they're still bad. They're 14-26-1 at 35% cover percentage this season. Philadelphia is now 13-26-2 at 33.3. Fuck. Man. So yeah, I'm on Cleveland. And I don't want to steal the thunder from my guy Roof.
You lay these games out just so that you get the Celtics game every time.
No, I don't. I just had falls. I'm gonna let you
go on. At least
you break it down.
No. You can have it. At least you mentioned my name, so at least it's kind of tied to me in a way. But no, you go for it.
I'm on the Celtics. I'm on the Celtics here. They're coming off a loss, so I trust them much more than coming off a win. When they're coming off a win, they're absolutely terrible ATS. They do not cover coming off a win. But off a loss, they've been more trustworthy. This is also a revenge game because the Warriors beat them earlier this season, 118-112 in Boston. So Warriors right now, they have one back-to-back, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't like the way they've been playing. I know Boston as an extended favorite this season has been terrible. Trust me, I understand. And they're not a money-making team, but these games, TNT, 4 o'clock, like these are like kind of like people are watching these games today. Like, you know what I mean? These are motivation style spots, I feel like. It's kind of like a mini Christmas day, if you will. On Boston, I'm gonna lay it.
Here's my question. With that line shooting up to where it has, it was originally at 5 when I was going to start doing the video yesterday. It got up to about 7, between 7 and 8 points. Now it's at 10.5. We know Draymond is having an MRI on his calf. Pods and Kuminga are both out. Does that mean that Steph Curry's out too?
He's still just a true GTD.
So I'm with you on the Celtics. Celtics off a loss. I don't love that it's ballooned to 10.5, but I'll still lay it because the Golden State Warriors, for whatever reason, again, they just don't look right this season. There's just a lot that's going on. You know, they just don't have that same punch that past Warriors teams have had. But I think that the Celtics get it done here. I think they need this bounce back.
Call that
like you said.
They just slap. They don't punch. They just slap.
Yeah.
They don't pack a punch. They just slap.
Yep, pack a bitch slap.
Not the power slap, the bitch slap.
Yeah,
not the power slap.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll take the Celtics and I'll take the Cavs as well. I'll do J1 better. You know, we mentioned the best versus worst or best versus second worst ATS overall this season. It's also the best team against the West, against the worst team in the West against the East. The Cavs this year against the Western Conference, 11-2 against the number. Phoenix against the East, 3-13-1 against the spread. So I'm going to keep rolling with it here. The Cavs, this is a reasonable number. If it wasn't the Suns on the other side, and it was, you know, an even lesser team, this number could easily be 11.5, 12.5, and I'd still lay it. So I keep saying it. I've stolen something from Jay as well until I have a clear and concise reason to fade the Cleveland Cavaliers. When it's a reasonable spot, not going to do it. Give me the Cavaliers laying the points here.
Costin?
Do you guys know how the Suns fare on the road as an underdog? Not
Shit.
good. Like shit. Exactly. Kind of like how I feel right now is how the Suns operate as underdogs.
He is the Phoenix Suns on the road personified.
I am right now. I am the Phoenix Suns as a road underdog. That's me. 3-7 against the number. And to get them on the road, not even getting double digits at Cleveland, sign me up. Cleveland all day. This is their spot. This is their situation throughout the entire year. It kind of looks almost too easy for me, which is scary, but I don't need to overcomplicate it. Cleveland for me in that one. And I'm on the Celtics. It's what you guys both said. If they're coming off a win, then that's a good spot for me. So I will take the Celtics laying the points.
Last two games, we have the Jazz and the Pelicans and the Bulls and the Clippers. Chris?
Jazz and the Pelicans is disgusting. Remember, we had this discussion last week, and it was an ugly game. And it was a game where I think the Pelicans got the blowout. I blocked it out from my memory, so I can't even remember.
Yeah, they won by 13.
Yeah, 126. Yeah, I would lean towards the over in that game as well. I just think there's going to be no defense being played whatsoever in that one. And Clippers, Bulls, give me the Clippers at home. It's a back-to-back spot for both teams. Chicago, the worst ATS team in the NBA on a back-to-back so far this season, 1-6 against the number. The Clippers are actually the best ATS home favorite in the NBA this season. They love playing in their new digs, and I think that the Clippers get the job done here. I think they're just the better team. I know we usually say fuck the Clippers, but this is a spot where I want to fuck with the Clippers. So give me the Clippers laying the 6 against the Bulls.
I'm going to take the Pelicans. Since you already gave out the over, and I actually like the over in the Pelicans Jazz game. They went over the last two games, and the total was actually lower than it was last game. I like the Pelicans over their first half total. I think right now it's 113. So they've covered the over in their first half 30 of their last 43 games. So there's no defense that's going to be played. So if you're somebody that wants to have another quick cash in your pocket bet, take the first half over the points for the New Orleans Pelicans. And in that last one, I'm with you as well. Clippers, the better team. They're holding home court really well. They started off slow and now they've got it back. So that arena is beautiful. You know, that's where they had the UFC fights this past Saturday. I mean, I hope I could get over there for a UFC card. That was gorgeous. That was like the next best thing you can get from the Sphere. But Clippers for me at home, they're dominant. The Bulls are ass. I'm not trusting them with a 10-foot pole. So Clippers. We're not fucking the Clippers today. We're riding the Clippers today.
Fuck the Clippers today. I'm on the Bulls. Your
What?
Chicago Bulls.
Bulls. Oh,
Bulls.
Chicago. Bulls.
I don't love
Bullshit.
it. I don't love it. I'm just trolling. I don't love it, but I do lean in that direction. Seriously, it's not a game I'm betting today. But if I were to bet it, it would be Bulls. But I'm saying I'm not betting it. These guys did get good numbers on the Clippers. I think we're going to start to get some value on the other side of the Clippers here really, really, really soon. And today probably is that day. Today really is probably that day. I don't know if I'm willing to pay to find out, though. So stay away. I'm on the Jazz, though. Fuck the Pelicans. That's who it's fuck for real. Quick revenge spot. That's my angle. Quick revenge here for the Jazz. Yep. Quick revenge. Give me the points in my back pocket. I got to do it here with Utah. The Pelicans don't deserve to be laying 11.5. I'm sorry. I know they beat them by, 13 the other day? They have won 4 of their last 5. They are playing better basketball. Shout out to them. Still terrible. Still fading their ass. So I'm taking Utah plus the points. Quick revenge spot. And the injury report. I know the injury report for Utah is ugly, but it's also ugly for New Orleans as well. Zion, GTD, DeJounte, game time decision. Brandon Ingram still out. I want the points. All right, fellas, let's scoot on over to college hoops. We have STFU versus Wagner. We have William and Mary versus UNC Wilmington, Brown versus Cornell, Penn versus Harvard, Columbia versus Princeton, Alcorn versus Prairie View, Lake Show, Mercyhurst versus Long Island, Dartmouth versus Yale, New Orleans versus Northwestern, Lamar versus Nichols, Southeast Louisiana versus East Texas A&M. We'll do full card. Hofstra versus Drexel, Jackson State versus Texas Southern, Stephen F. Austin versus McNeese, Fresno State versus New Mexico, UT Rio Grande Valley versus Incarnate Word, Georgetown versus Villanova, Rutgers versus Penn State, Mississippi Valley State versus Florida A&M, Pine Bluff of Arkansas versus Bethune, Bucknell versus Colgate, Stonehill versus Lemoyne, Fairleigh Dickinson versus Chicago State, Texas A&M Corpus Christi versus Houston Christian, Idaho versus Montana.
Who the hell?
Eastern Washington versus Montana State, and Hampton versus NCAAM. Chris?
Okay, let's start at the top. Let's go with William and Mary plus the 5 and a 6.5 against UNC Wilmington. I just think that is that's just a closer game that line's going to indicate. I mean, William and Mary playing really well right now. Winners of 6 straight. I think they get the job, or at least get the job done here in terms of covering the number. They could potentially get this one outright as well. Wilmington, they've had a couple of sluggish performances where they barely squeak by the line against inferior teams like Monmouth and Northeastern. So give me the Tribe, give me William and Mary plus the points. I lean Villanova. This line is telling me that Jaden Epps and Thomas Sorber probably won't play. If you're looking to back Georgetown in that game and you want to get in now, You're taking a chance that Sorber doesn't play, and Sorber is massive to the handicap of that game. We've seen that with Sorber, Georgetown can give the big boys in the Big East all sorts of trouble. Teams like Marquette, UConn. But when they don't have him, well, then they lose outright to DePaul. So he's very important to that cap. I think he's probably going to be the one on Eric Dixon, country's leading scorer. So give me Villanova if Sorber doesn't play. Might look to flip if he does. So, and there's one other one. I lost it. Hold on. Oh, McNeese laying the 14.5. I think McNeese is back to looking like the team that dominated the Southland Conference. Now they spent a couple years in that conference down in Stephen F. Austin. Not the return to the whack they were hoping for. They're just not scoring enough. I think McNeese probably wins this one by closer to 20 points. I'm going to lay the points with McNeese in that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Nittany Lions here. Simply, it's a revenge game from earlier this year. They lost at Rutgers back in about a month ago by 4. I think they're going to get off the schneid here. I mean, they've lost 4 in a row, but they've played really tough competition. They played at home versus Indiana, at Illinois, at home against Oregon in a squeaker, and then at Michigan State. So I think this is a get-right game for them, especially in a revenge spot. They play each other. This is where they play their best ball. They can't win on the road, but at home, they're fairly dominant. Rutgers has only won one road game all year. The spread is 7.5 for a reason why an unranked team versus a ranked team, and I think they're going to dominate them. So Penn State there, and I didn't really like the card today. Let me give you guys one more. Lean on McNeese State, laying the 14.5. They're head and shoulders better than Stephen F. Austin. Stephen F. Austin sucks on the road. McNeese State dominates at home, man. I don't think 14.5 is too much here. They win by 15 to 20 here, so lay the 14.5 with McNeese State.
I think I know where Jay's going to go, and if it is, I completely agree. But I want to see if he says it first.
No, you say it. You say it.
Yeah. What do you think I'm going?
Rutgers money line.
Yeah.
You are foolish and lack vision.
Shut the fuck up,
Dude,
Roofle out.
Can I just jump in quickly and say why? Look,
I'm
okay, I'm just going to say it now. I was impressed with Rutgers and what they did in that last game, but I think Rutgers this is a spot where they're going to have the two best players on the floor in Harper and Bailey, and this is where it's going to matter because Penn State has Ace Baldwin at the top. He's still dealing with back spasms. He's banged up. This Penn State team needs him to go to run that offense through, and if he's less than 100%, Penn State's going to suffer. I genuinely just don't know how it's 7.5 here. But I will take Rutgers money line plus 260.
Damn near brought a tear in my eye, bro. Oh my god. Word for word, bar for fucking bar. There's nothing else I can add. Oh my god. He took the words right out of my mouth. Fucking Rutgers money line. I told y'all before them 2 games, I said, man, I don't know, man. I have not liked what I've been seeing from Rutgers, but I got a feeling these boys finna go on a run. And we've been on them back-to-back games. I've also had my eyes on Penn State. Remember, I'm somebody who's been on Penn State the last couple games where they've just been letting me down. So these are 2 teams I've had my eyes actually physically watching. And I'm telling y'all right here, right now, I don't know how the fuck the line is 7.5. I don't. So I don't want to make it make sense. I don't care. Rutgers is now playing these last 2 games the way we thought they would start. I got to attack the money. I got to attack the plus money, and I want the points in my back pocket. Man, Roof. You just made me proud right there, Brody. I'm also going to take Incarnate Word, laying the 3.5. Word up.
Really?
Yeah.
You weren't expecting that one, Roof.
You know my beef.
That one it wasn't. No, it's because to be honest, it's opposite day. Normally I was taking the Vaqueros, but I'm on Incarnate Word today.
Man, you know, I'm usually beefing with Rio Grande Valley. They had a great start to their season, but recently, man, they kind of, I don't know. They 3-4 last four. I mean, 3-1 last four. Only win was a 2-point win over A&M. That's it. Over Mar. That's it. 2 points. I don't know. I think the line tells what we need to know here, man. Incarnate Word. I know they've been ass, but I would much rather bet on an ass team and a bounce back spot at home than to take Rio Grande Valley. That's fading more often than not anyway. So I'll be looking for reasons to fade them. And they came out, put the line over a bucket, 3.5. Word up. Costi, I'm sorry. I'm taking Nichols land 4.5.
Fade, Costi. Just keep it dark over here, brother. Keep it it's real dark.
He didn't play good yesterday in the first half. I don't think they're going to play good in the first half today. I'm fading Lamar. I'm taking Nichols for the bit. But now Lamar has lost 3 in a row. Nichols, they've won back-to-back, including a good win over Stephen F. Austin and Word Up. I'll let it 4.5 when I'm at home today. That's really all I like today in college hoops, though, y'all. Not a sexy card. Anything you boys might have left off? Are y'all good?
No, I kind of got to with that Rutgers money line. I forgot about that.
Fair enough. Let's skate on over to the NHL. We got the Sharks and the Bruins, the Wild and the Avalanche, the Sabres and the Kraken, the Blues and the Golden Knights, the Lightning and the Maple Leafs, the Blue Jackets and the Romanellis, the Hurricanes and the Blackhawks, the Jets and the Arizona Coyotes, and the Penguins and the Kings. Costi, I know you're feeling down, but you're still forced to do hockey on this show.
No, I'm not feeling down about hockey. Never. Told you. I usually here's what I do. This is the same as the baseball formula. I turn a favorite into an underdog. Give me the Seattle Smoking Kraken laying the puck line at home plus 205. I know they haven't been stellar. They're 10-10 at home, but Buffalo has lost 2 of their last 5 on the road. I don't think this is going to be as competitive as people think, and I'm willing to lay the puck line here. So -1.5 plus 205, get me closer to the actual Ruffalo twirl here, because we're counting down the days.
My Blues plus money today. Y'all know the rule. We see Blues plus money, we attack. Got to. Fading the Golden Knights today. The Romanellis with expectations, fading their ass. Give me plus 145 on the Blue Jackets. The Coyotes plus money home dog. Time to go. Fade the Jet. The Jets, Jets. And a favorite that I like today, give me puck line. Colorado. I think they kicked the crap out of the Wild. The Smudges. Roof.
Yeah, I just need a second here because I'm looking for something that hasn't been brought out in a minute. Give me a second here. But first, I will say I am going to take the Boston. I'm going to be giving out my 3 picks that are going to be my 3-leg parlay for hockey. First, Boston Bruins puck line here against the San Jose Sharks. They've won 13 in a row against San Jose, and I don't see it stopping here. I love usually backing the San Jose Sharks, but not here. This is just a bad spot for them. They've really been struggling as of late. They're back to looking like the San Jose Sharks from earlier this year and even from last year where they were getting crushed left and right. They've lost back-to-back 4-1 games. I think they lose another one here. I'm going to take the Los Angeles Kings. Won 9 straight at home. They have the best home record in the NHL this season, 14-2-1. The Penguins just continue to find new and creative ways to lose. And, they, like I said, they're just really, they're in the same sort of boat as the I forgot what I was. I just completely lost my train of thought. They're finding terrible ways to lose hockey games and just not looking like the Penguins that we're used to seeing in years past. So give me the Los Angeles Kings and that Winnipeg Jets and Arizona Coyotes game. Or, well, I used to say Arizona Coyotes, but I guess it's Utah Hockey Club now. Roadkill. Give me the Winnipeg Jets. They've won 8 straight as road favorites against the Central Division. Utah just continues to get all this undeserved respect at home. They're terrible at home. Still, I think they have a 33% win percentage, and they're only getting plus 120. The only reason the Jets aren't a heavier favorite is because the first leg of a back-to-back, and we're probably going to see the backup goalie here in Eric Comrie for the Winnipeg Jets, but that's not going to stop me. Comrie's still a decent backup, and Utah is straight ass. So give me the Winnipeg Jets on the money line. That's going to be my 3-leg hockey parlay. Jets, Bruins, puck line, and the Kings. I just wanted to pull out the roadkill sound effect just because I knew Jay was going to be excited for that.
I mean, you couldn't even wait for us to do the parlay segment.
We still have one more game.
Yeah, but that's where you save the parlay for the parlay segment.
Well, because I'm still going to just recap it anyways, and I have another parlay anyways.
Why did Chris say his parlay during the parlay segment? I don't understand.
Last game of the night, ladies and gentlemen. What a season it's been.
There's no more football in the season. It doesn't matter.
What a season it's been, man. We appreciate everybody that joined us throughout the college football season. Man, it's crazy. It's over. But the last one, we got Ohio State laying 8.5 points on a Notre Dame. Total 45.5. I'm on the gold helmets outright money line. That's where I'm at. If you want to know where I'm at, that's where I'm at. Fuck Ohio State. Fuck them. I'm also on the Irish plus the points. The Irish, they've just been a money-making machine all season long. Outside of NIU, man, they've been dominant from a money-making perspective. Ohio State is the more talented team. Not disagreeing with that, but I like the way Marcus Freeman coaches, man. And I think he's 2-time the coach Ryan Day is. And I think this game, I still think Ohio State can be out physical, man. Just like I've seen it happen this season. I've seen this team do it, be out physical. I still feel like Texas should have won that game last week. I think if Notre Dame takes the Michigan approach, I know that's their rival, so it's a little different style game. I get all of that, but I still think there's a pathway here for the gold helmets. They're going to have to run the football, which is kind of hard to do on this Ohio State defense. But I think a lot of people coming in this game just with a preconceived notion that Ohio State's just going to run them over. Them gold helmets is here for a reason. I've been a hater of both teams all season long. I really wish they both could lose. But just to tell you where I'm at personally in the game, I like the gold helmets plus the points and outright money line. Proof?
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. We've seen lesser Notre Dames in the past be competitive against Ohio State, and this is still a Notre Dame team that prides itself on playing solid rush defense and they can take care of the football and run the ball on the ground. I think it's going to be, a bit of a slower pace here. Do I trust Ohio State to make the bigger plays, the more explosive plays? Probably. But I just think that Marcus Freeman's got this Notre Dame team playing, disciplined football. And for me, 8.5 is just too much. If you're going to bet Ohio State, you might as well bet an extended line, but I'm not seeing it because I think that if Ohio State wins this game, they're going to win by a lot more than 8.5. They are just going to come out and blitz Notre Dame in this game and just absolutely run away with it. But I just think that it's either you lay extendo with the Buckeyes, or what Jay and I are doing here, take the points and put someone on Notre Dame money line. I think right now it's around plus 300. So that's where I'll be here. I'll take a shot on the Irish in this one to at least keep it close, if not win it outright.
Costi?
Everybody on the internet, on any of the websites, is going to give you an opinion on either side. And I'm sure you guys all have your own opinion, and everybody watching, it's an island game. I like to look for a little bit of a different angle than just taking the side here. I'm going to take a look at the Ohio State over the first half total. On the road, they've hit 5 of their last 6. It's 23.5. Notre Dame's not going to stop them. And I don't think Ohio State's going to be able to stop Notre Dame. And I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I could see Ohio State leading by 7 at the half. Notre Dame's a second-half team. So I could see 3 touchdowns and a field goal easy here at a minimum, if not 4 touchdowns. Ohio State scores so fast. So take the first half over in the Ohio State Buckeyes. Team total.
Fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all. That is it. That is all. We just covered everything on the board. My Mavs going to come on. I got to go watch them boys go get this dub and air out the Hornets here in a hot second. Roof, what you got going on today on Pick Dogs Premium?
Today, Pick Dogs, I got an NBA play of the day. I also got an NBA 5-pack. I really like today's NBA card. I think got at least 4-1 loading, if not 5-0. Also got a couple college hoops plays. I got my $15 play of the day from college hoops, and my Southland Conference game of the week. The Southland taking a big big center stage on today's card, and I think that we can take advantage of that. So that's what I got for sale. Remember to jump on something long term. Pick Dogs, use that promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off your purchase.
Costa, talk to me about insider plays.
So insider plays is not actually just a sales funnel. It's a brokering of syndicate groups. Whether you want Big Al's All Access, whether you want the Dime Club, we have a few other syndicates we work with as well. I mean, Big Al, as of yesterday, broke the 500 unit mark since we launched his All Access 14 months ago. So if you're a big player and you want to be coached up and you want to have different units attached to every game, unlike the premium side does, shoot me a text or call me on the number that you'll see under Premium Picks Insider Plays, and it goes right to me, and we'll talk about it.
Yes, sir. For me, as of right now, I got 3 NBA plays. You can scoop up over at Pick Dogs Premium, including my NBA play of the day. We smashed it yesterday with the Oklahoma City Thunder Buddies. I might have 1 college hoops and a play in the college football championship, so look for both of those. There's a chance I might not be here later on in the week. 9 times out of 10, I might not be here later this week, bro. My wisdom teeth are killing me, bro. I gotta go get them pulled. I'm in pain sitting here right now. So just be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna try to do a jam session right here after this. That's just gonna be rapid fire. So be on the lookout for that as well. But yeah, that's what I got going on. Remember though, for me, if you're looking for my plays, they're always at Pick Dogs Premium. If anything ever happens, don't worry, the plays will for sure be over there. Gotta spend a little money sometimes, but it'd be like that. And when I'm out, I typically try to make it not as expensive. Like the 3-pack be like $40, and the play of the day still be $25. But I'm just telling you how it be. So gotta get my wisdom teeth pulled this week, bro. Gotta do it. So,
which ones are you getting? The top or the bottom?
All 4.
All 4. So I did the top. I didn't go under. I did the bottom. They just injected the gums. I never even went under. Wasn't that bad.
What about the recovery?
Honestly,
Probably
I
after a
mean,
few
I
days.
didn't. I was fine. I was fine the same. I was a little like woozy just because of I was numb because I didn't go under, but a day.
Yeah, but
Just don't use
Jerry,
straws.
you're built different. You could like run through a car. It's like,
What does that mean? My
Yeah.
teeth are built different too? Is that how that works?
well, I'm just saying you have a different pain tolerance.
You see this finger?
Yeah,
This
see,
is an
exactly.
injury. It's an injury.
Yeah,
The worst injury I have.
Yeah.
Can't get it.
I don't have that.
It's called soccer injury, being a goalie.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
First
about
time
that,
I
yeah.
played, I thought I never played soccer before. My buddy and said, "Hey, play club soccer with me indoor. You're a good tight end. You can figure it out." So I try to catch everything, and I get rockets from like Division II soccer players. Just rip my finger in half. Oh man,
That's how long I've been putting it off. I keep putting it off, and I went, and then they delayed me,
Dude,
and I never went back. So just
Like-
think about how long that's been, and so since that time till now, they've just grown in more, and so today it's like excruciating. So I gotta go get them pulled.
yeah, just get it
I'm
done.
I'm not trying to tear back the fourth wall here, but this goes back to before NFL opening weekend when we all went to Vegas. Because we were talking about that, and Richard was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it because I got to get my wisdom teeth pulled. It's like, I'll do it when I get back. We're talking January. The NFL season's almost over.
Exactly. So yeah, I gotta get them pulled, man. So we see y'all when I get back. I should be here tomorrow though.
We'll hold it down. We'll be fine.
Are you going today?
I'm going on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Parlay time though, fellas. Parlay time. Parlay. What you got for me, Roof?
So just because Costy wanted me to say it again, I got the hockey parlay. Bruins puck line, Jets money line, Kings money line. And this one we're gonna go with a little bit try to make some people some money today. Two teamer I like, Rutgers money line, Hawks money line. And if you want a third to bump it up to plus 4,500, that you can also round robin, Notre Dame money line in the football game. But I love that two-legger.
All right. All right. We're going to do an NBA parlay. Do something later for you guys so you don't miss it. Do Cleveland, Boston, Clippers.
That's similar to mine. I'm going Cleveland, Boston, Memphis. We're gonna call it the NBA Monday Smashdown. That's what I'm calling it. Three-teamer, three best teams, two really good ATS teams, and then the best team in the league, the Celtics. So we'll see. Anything else we get out of here, ladies and gentlemen?
That's it, brother. Thank you. Appreciate each and every one of you. Over 1,000 people watching us. Give you a ton of content and winners for absolutely free.
See y'all tomorrow, man. Making a winning day. Peace.